Come on, Timmy. Hard, Timmy. Come on, Buck. Timmy, come on, Timmy.
Hello everyone, this is Calvin Castine. We're at the Adirondack Slow Pitch League's home field in West Plattsburgh for a game in the Adirondack League featuring the Redord River Rats and the Ubald Sunoco team. We're a little slow getting ready here, but action is underway. We missed Mark Waldron grounding out, and that was Tim Knowles, the shortstop, flying out, and a nice catch by Kelly Dragoon. Batter now is Pete Dubray, the left center fielder. He swings at the first offering. Foul ball. Oh, it's a fair ball. Fair ball hit the bag and apparently bounced over the corner of it, the edge of it. So, Steve Parker called it a base hit. We have a 2-out single, and the batter will be Mike Burley, the left fielder. The Rats come in here with a record of 9-2. Ubald Sunoco, our newcomers to the league, are leading the league with an 11-1 record. Pitch from Larry Dragoon. Dinner for strike one. Behind the plate is John Trudeau. First base, Frenchie Babby. Second base, Kyle Castine. Shortstop, knocked down there by Garceau. A long throw to first. Bounces out of Babby's glove and a run scores. Run scores. We'll have to give Rick Garceau an error on that one. He's still shaking the pain out of his hand. And batter here will be Roger Dubray, the right center fielder. River Rats have been a well-respected name in area softball for a long time. And they're one of the powerhouses here in the Adirondack League. Line shot up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Picked up by Mark Tatro. Safe at second, says the ump. Continuing with the defense for Ubald's. Shortstop is Brian Dragoon. Third base, Rick Garceau. The batter here, Jim Garrett, the catcher. We saw Jim Garrett last year for the Press Republican team over in the Gentlemen's League. A powerful hitter. Losing my voice. That was outside, ball one. In left field for Ubald is Brian Baker. Left center is Kelly Dragoon. Right center, Mark Tatro. And in right field, Jerry Davison. Popped up. Could be trouble in foul territory, but ball just out of reach. Right next to the fence. But beyond the reach of everybody chasing after it. Also in the lineup batting tonight for Ubald is Mike Reshore. He's the designated hitter tonight. Pitch swung on, that's going to be taken on a hop by Dragoon. It's going to score another run. It's going to be 2-0. Throw gets away. Goes all the way to catcher Trudeau. So we have runners at second and third on the ball getting away in the infield. Batter now, Robin Bouye, the first baseman. 2 runs in, runners at second and third. Top of the first inning. He swings, chops it to Brian Dragoon deep. Gets by Garceau. And by the time Dragoon picks it up, he has no play. So we have run number 3 across. Still 2 outs, and Mike Rasco, the third baseman. Looks at one deep, ball one. Strike 2. Fouled.
Come fair, will you? Rascal. Hit the ball fair. Hold down this game. Come on, Bart. Be tough now. Get that last down, guys. Got it. Larry, come on, Larry.
Mark Tatro makes the running grab. We have 3 runs across for the River Rats. And after 1/2 inning, it's the Rats 3 and Ubald's coming to bat.
Come on, guys. Get the run. Go, come on. Get up and go. What are you looking for?
Defensively for the River Rats, pitching is Ken Waldron, behind the plate Jim Garrett. At first base, Robin Boyer. Second base, Steve Siskavich. Shortstop, Tim Knowles. Third base, Mike Rasco. Left field, Mike Burley. Left center, Pete Dubray. Right center field is Roger Dubray, and right field, Todd Parrott.
All right, Kelly, you know what to do, Kelly.
A batting order for Ubald's. Kelly Dragoon will lead off. He'll be followed by Mark Tatro, Kyle Castine, Larry Dragoon, Jerry Davison, Brian Baker, Brian Dragoon, Rick Garso, Mike Reshore, John Trudeau, and Frenchy Babby.
All right, Kelly. Hit to the short now.
Dragoon hits it on the ground. Shortstop. And Ubald's has their lead runner on.
Hit it hard, Mark. Hit it hard.
The batter now will be Mark Tatro.
Come on now, Mark. Hey, go, Kelly. Come on, Monkey. Come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. You and Kyle now. Let's start ripping, Mark. Come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. Come on, buddy. Hard, ain't it, guys? Come on, Mark. Just hit the ball hard, Mark.
And a pitch from Waldron. Strike one.
He'll come to you, Mark. He'll come to you. You're good, Mark. Stick hard, Mark. Stick hard now. Deep.
Deep.
Get hard. Buddy, wait for yours, buddy, now. Come on, Mark. What do you say, Mark? Come on, guys. Let's get some.
On the ground, a second. Bobbled. So bounces around a second.
That's what we want, Kyle.
Give the arrow to the second baseman on his first fielding play if you want, but it looks like the shortstop had that ball in time, so we'll give another arrow to the shortstop, Knowles. So tying run comes to the plate, and Kyle Castine with Larry Dragoon on deck. On the ground. Knowles steps on first, throws to second, safe at first. Steps on second, throws to first.
Come on now, Buck. Come on, Buck. Come on, Buck. Have one back there.
And Kyle Castine just barely beat it out. So runners at the corners, 1 out. And a cleanup batter, Larry Dragoon, stepping in.
Don't worry about it. Double play now. Off the middle now.
And a pitch. Outside, ball one.
Just hit it hard, Larry.
On the ground, up the middle. I'll chase home a run. Castine rounds. He's going to stay put. Almost picked off at second. So Kelly Dragoon scores on a single by Larry Dragoon. We have runners at first and second. 1 out. Potential tying run at first. And Jerry Davison, the batter.
Hit the ball hard. Come on. Just hit it hard, Jerry. Find the hole, Jerry. Line drive. Right. You never know, Jerry.
The second to first. The second to first. I'll allow Castine to score. He's going to score easily. A 3-2 ball game.
Come on, Baker. We need you hitting, buddy. Pick it up.
Davison might have had that one beat anyway. The throw was in the dirt. So 3-2 the score. Brian Baker, the batter. Ball one.
Be looking, Jerry. Be going, buddy. We already asked him.
The drop.
Oh, good try, good try.
Foul ball.
What happened with 2 out?
On the ground, back to the pitcher, Waldron. Over to first. So 2 runs for Ubald, and we go to the second with River Rats leading 3-2.
Okay, you got
We just missed Ken Waldron batting. This is Steve Siskavich, the second baseman. Waldron grounded out. We were testing a new shoulder holder for the camcorder. Error here by Brian Dragoon. And it only took us an inning to decide that it was absolutely useless. So we ditched it. And we're now taping without the shoulder holder. Todd Parrott, the right fielder, at bat. 1 out, runner at first, and top of the order to follow. Pitch from Dragoon. Strike 1. Baker dropped it. Baker usually a steady glove out there in left. Throw comes into third and be off the bag. We'll have runners at second and third. An error on Brian Baker in left. So Ubald's a little shaky. Batter here is Mark Waldron. He's the extra hitter, designated hitter tonight. One out, runners at second and third. So River Rats threatening here in the second in this 3-2 ball game. Strike 1. Nope. Too much arc, I believe. On the ground. Takes a bad hop to Dragoon. Keeps it in front of him. The bases remain filled, and shortstop Tim Knowles will step in. Bases loaded, 1 out. Up the middle, Castine goes to Dragoon to get 1. Another run scores, makes it 4-2. And Pete Dubray, the left center fielder, will step in. Runners at the corners. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Base hit up the middle. That was chase home run number 5. Now a 5-2 ball game as Mark Tatro runs the ball back in. Runners at first and second, and the cleanup man, Mike Burley, the left fielder. Ball 1. Strike 1, 1-1. Hard hit to Garceau. He has a short tag at third. A nice play by Rick Garceau. But the River Rats pick up 2 and they lead after an inning and a half, 5-2. Brian Dragoon will lead off things in the second, in the bottom half of the second. As Ubald attempts to regain a few of those lost runs. That's deep for a ball. 1-1 to count. Pitch from Waldron. Strike two. Pulled down in right center by Roger Dubray. Batter now be Rick Garso, the third baseman. On deck, Mike Reshore.
Hey, you guys are getting there. Let's go. Come on down. Come on, Rick, Rick, you and Mike. Frenchie, get a couple there. Frenchie. Good eye.
Ball one.
Come on, Rick, come on now. Okay, Ricky,
Strike.
here, center, Ricky.
1-1.
Hit.
Also goes the opposite way and drives it into right. Gerald Duquette not in the lineup tonight, coaching first. That's a base hit. Bring up Mike Reshore with John Trudeau on deck. Can of corn to left. 2 down. As Reshore flies out to Mike Burley. Yep, John Trudeau with Frenchie Bappy on deck. 2 outs, a runner at first.
Make him work. Come on, John. Make him work. Make him work, Johnny.
Inside, ball one. Fouled. Yeah, nice play there by the catcher, Jim Garrett. So, nothing across for Ubald in the second inning. We're going to go to the third with the Redord River Rats leading Ubald Sunoco 5-2. Line shot off Rick Garso's glove to lead off the third inning. That was Roger Dubray to bring up Jim Garrett. So the Rats have their bats working today. They're having a rat bat attack here. They scored 5 in the first 2 innings, and they look like they're looking for more. Hard hit as a base hit. Up with the first 2 runners on. Runners at first and second. Throw coming to third. No sliding in this league. No sliding. Oh, Baker throws to Garso, and we have an out. And a batter here, Robin Boyer, the first baseman. Pitch from Dragoon deep, ball one. On the ground, Brian Dragoon picks it up, fires to first. 2 down. Throw to third, but Garrett is there. Bring up Mike Rasco, the third baseman. Work one.
Hold it right there. No more, guys.
Dragoon, he's going to make another error. Allows run number 6. Dragoon went deep for that one. He knew he had to hurry. And in trying to hurry, he couldn't find a handle on it. I'll bring up Ken Waldron, the pitcher. 6-2 the score. 2 outs in the top of the third. That's base hit. Mark Tatro can't find it. Well, at least it's a team effort here for Ubald. They're all contributing with the weak defense. Steve Siskavich, the second baseman. It's unusual for this club. They're usually a sound defensive team, but they're having one of those nights. 7-2 the score. That drops in. And Todd Parrott, the right fielder, with top of the order to follow. Inside, ball one. Hit deep, deep. Baker back, it's gone, a home run, a 3-run home run. The number 11 man in the batting order, Todd Parrott, put it over the left field wall. That makes it 10-2. 10-2, and Mark Riel, wearing his Rigsby's auction uniform, will step in the bat. Pitch from Dragoon. Riel looks at strike one. Line drive back to Larry Dragoon. The first in time. So 5 more big runs here for the River Rats. They lead 10-2 as we go to the bottom of the third.
Come on, you guys!
Team manager Orville Frenchie Babby will try to get something going here in the bottom of the third. He wraps it to right field, and we have one down. Top of the order now, Kelly Dragoon, the batter.
Go, Kelly. Win it, John! John, win it, John! Hey, Woody! Come on, Kelly. Come on, Kelly. Take it up, Kelly. Come on, Kelly. Come on. Come on, Kelly. Come on, buddy. Loosen up, buddy. Let's loosen up. Get him going again, Kelly. Get him going again.
Pitch from Waldron.
Good night, Kelly.
Ball one.
Come on, Kelly. One run at a time. Come on, let's go. Deep, deep.
Ball two. On deck, Mark Tatro. Strike.
Come on now, come on, guys. Come on, Kelly. Come on, Mark.
Line drive single to left field.
Come on, Mark. Make them run. Make them run.
Kelly Dragoon is on. And the batter now will be Mark Tatro with Kyle Castine moving on deck.
Come on, Mark. Come on. Come on, Castine. Good shot, buddy.
Tatro wraps it to right center, gets away. And he'll be in standing up at second, runners at second and third. Coming up, second baseman Kyle Castine with Larry Dragoon on deck. One out. Ubald's threatening. Outside, ball one. Strike, 1-1. We have a damaged ball. Looks like the stitching might have been loose on it. The ball was damaged. I don't know why Garrett bothered to point it out with the other team batting. Hit to right center. It's going to drop in. It's going to chase home too. Gets to the fence. Castine can move. And he's going to go all the way around. They're going to send him. No, he's going to hold him up at third. Much to the dismay of the crowd booing third base coach Rick Garso. They wanted Castine to attempt to score on that one. Like most Castines, Kyle's a fast runner. Batter here, Larry Dragoon. 10-4 the score, 1 out. And pitch from Waldron. Strike? Nope, ball 1. Outside. On deck, Jerry Davison. Hits the edge of the mat, strike 1-1.
Runners anyway.
On the ground, back to Waldron, checks the runner at third, throws to first. And Castine still there. 10-4, 2 outs. Jerry Davison, the batter.
Rob was going to take it back.
Davison gets a base hit. That'll drive home. Castine will be 10-5 as Jerry Davison drops a single into right center. Batter now, Brian Baker, the left fielder.
Come on, Brian! Come on now, Brian. Push him over, Brian. Just push him over. Yeah, Brian.
Ball.
Brian, you and Brian. You and Brian.
Base hit to left. Let's play it. They're going to play it third. No, throw goes into second. Throw went to second. Baker stayed at first. So they have runners at the corners. And the left fielder, Burley, faked the throw to third and threw to second, trying to get Baker trying to advance. The runners at the corners, and Brian Dragoon, the batter.
Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. Stroke, buddy.
Comebacker to Waldron. The first. And we have 3 runs across for Ubald in the third. And after 3 full, it's the Redord River Rats 10 and Ubald Sunoco 5. We're in the top of the 4th inning. This is Timmy Knowles, the shortstop, 10-5. River Rats leading Ubalds. On the ground, Brian Dragoon scoops in the dirt to Frenchie Babby, and he drops it. Another error for Brian Dragoon. Babby said it's his fault, but throwing the dirt, you have to give the error to the man making the throw. Well, there was not that difficult a play for Babby. He's pulled a lot worse out of the dirt. Foul ball. Batter is Mike Dubray, Pete Dubray, the left center fielder. Ball. Bounces to Mark Tatro. Runners at first and second. And Mike Burley, the cleanup man and left fielder, will step in. Strike 1 to Larry Dragoon. Foul ball. Fouled. Tatro pulls it down. Safe at third. Garso thought they had a shot at it. Told the cutoff Dragoon to let it go through. Brian Dragoon was looking to cut it off. At the no throw, no tag there at third. The third tag's not in time. And Roger Dubray, the right center fielder, with one out, runners the second and third. He hits it deep to Brian Baker. Fair ball off the bottom of the wall. It's going to chase home two. That'll make it 12-5. Well, the Rats have scored in every inning thus far through the first four here. And they call him Buddha, the catcher Jim Garrett. Comebacker to Larry Dragoon. The first, two down. And batter Robin Bouye, the first baseman. In tight, ball one. Line drive, Brian Dragoon. Pulls it down, so we got a 12-2 score as we go to the bottom of the fourth. River Rats leading Ubald. Third baseman Rick Garso looks at ball one. Have a defensive change. Mark Real has gone out to play right center field, replacing Roger Dubray, who's become the extra player, extra hitter. Ball. Excuse me, strike. Garso runs up on it, fouls it into the stands.
Ricky, let's go.
Garso wraps a single to right. Loves to go the opposite way, so a leadoff single here in this 12-5 ball game. I believe I said 12-2 inadvertently at the end of the last half inning. It's 12-5. But if you've been paying attention, you already knew that. And the batter is Mike Reshore. Pitch, strike one.
Come on now, Mike. Let's get a rip, buddy.
Steve Parker just kind of waves his hand kind of flat-like when he calls that strike, and it resembles calling a flat pitch. Reshore flies out to right. Garso tags and advances into second.
Come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny.
Batter now John Trudeau, the catcher.
Get it down, John. Get it down. Come on, John. Come on now. Go. Come on. Right ahead. Come on, John.
Strike one. Riel pulls it down. Throw going to come into third, but Garso will be there in time. Two outs. There's only been one half inning that nobody scored. That was the second inning for Ubald thus far. And Frenchie Babby will step in. Two outs, runner at third. 12-5 the score. Inside, ball one. Strike, 1-1. Ball two. Base hit. Garso's Ubald Sunoco scores. Makes it 12-6. And top of the order now, Kelly Dragoon, the left center fielder.
Come on, Kelly. Come on, buddy.
Deep ball one. Strike one, 1-1. On the ground, base hit for Dragoon.
Come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. Come on now. We'll go through, buddy. Come on now. Every time now. Let's get 4 in a row. Right here. Let's go.
Batter now, Mark Tatro.
Come on, Mark Tatro. Come on.
Pitch from Waldron. Tatro runs up and hits it into right center for a base hit. There's a throw home, and it would have been, ooh. Bobby would have been out at the plate, I believe. So, held at third, and it was a smart move. Real hustled that ball in. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Kyle Castine, the batter.
Come on, Kyle. Big hit right here, Kyle. Come on now. Big hit right now.
And a pitch from Waldron. Strike 1.
Probably have a little garbage now. Be careful.
On deck, Jerry Davison. Muttart. Ball. 1-1. 12-6. Bottom of the 4th. Ubald's coming in here with a record of 11-1, leading the league. But River Rats, one of the several teams that are right on their tails with a 9-2 record. Up to the opposite way, I'll chase home a run. I'll chase home 2 as Kelly Dragoon scores. And Kyle Castine gets 2 out of it, hustling all the way. So chases home 2 more runs for Ubald. Mark Tatro goes to third. That makes it 12-8. And Larry Dragoon, the batter. He wraps a single. It's going to chase home 2. We have a 12-10 ball game. He's going to try to stretch it. He's going to be out. The run crosses before he's out. So run counts. 2 runs cross. 12-10 to score as we go to the 5th inning. Rats leading Ubald. The River Rats have scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 5 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. Ubald's Sunoco, not Ubald's Garsos. Ubald Sunoco scored 2 in the first, nothing in the second, 3 in the third, and 5 in the fourth. (12-10) the score here in the top of the 5th inning. Third baseman Mike Rasco at bat for the River Rats. He's knocking them foul. Popped up. We're drifting next to the fence. It'll be out of play. Again, this is the beauty of the off the roof of a car this time. The foul ball 3rd strike rule that's played in the Gentlemen's League and in the City Women's League.
Come on, let's get that first down now. Come on, let's go.
Ball knocked down by Babby. Throws to Dragoon in time. Nice diving catch. Frenchie Babby and Larry Dragoon over to make the play. Oh, good heads up ball playing all around now. So Rasco is out. Bring up the pitcher Ken Waldron. That's a strike. 1-1. Jerry Davis with a nice diving grab. So a couple of good defensive plays here. We've gotten 2 outs. The Rats have scored in every inning thus far. This could be the first time they're shut out as Steve Siskavich, the second baseman, steps in. Inside ball. Strike 1-1. Base hit. Kelly Dragoon tosses it in, no advance. Batter now Todd Parrott. He hit it over the fence, his last trip up. Ball 1. Hard hit, Garso got a glove on it, but that's all he could do. Slow down, Dragoon will have a race. So Siskavich very alertly seeing Dragoon was deep in the hole and Garso on the ground. Raced into third, so runners at the corners. Top of the order now, Mark Rial, who has gone into play right center field, will step in. So after having 2 outs and nobody on, the Rats have got a couple of hits back to back here. Strike 1 to Rial. Base hit. So the Rats will score again. Gets by Davison. It's going to chase home another run. Rial can fly. He's going to come. He'll make it easy. So they get 3 big runs on that one. Should have been a single, but Jerry Davison couldn't pick it up. And it's now 15-10. And batter Tim Knowles, the shortstop. Strike 1. Ball 1, 1-1. Comebacker to Larry Dragoon. Tosses to Frenchie Babby, and it's 15-10 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Jerry Davison flies out deep to right field to start off the bottom of the 5th. Brian Baker, the batter. (15-10) is the score. Line shot to third. 2 down. That was right at the third baseman, Mike Rasco. I'll bring up shortstop Brian Dragoon. Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. He wraps a single up the middle. Rial throws it back in. So 2-out single for Brian Dragoon. That's the way it started in the top of the inning for the River Rats. They had the first 2 batters out, then they pushed across 3 runs. Batter now, Rick Garso. This is strike 1.
Come around, Ricky. Come on, Rick, buddy. Push him over, Ricky.
Ball, 1-1.
Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Come on, guys. Come on, Rick. Come on now, buddy. Let's get a rip now. Stay now.
Base hit. Dragoon slipped, trying to put the brakes on at second, and he's tagged out. He had a couple of errors early in the game. Very steady ball player, not too happy with himself, and this just aggravates the situation. 15-10 as we go now to the top of the sixth. River Rats leading Ubald Sunoco. Pete Dubray has a double to lead off the top of the sixth. And bring up Mike Burley, the left fielder. Fouled. Strike one, another car. Open season on the cars in the parking lot here south at West Plattsburgh. Hard hit. Babby picks it up. Makes the play at first. Nice play, Frenchie Babby, one out. Runner at third. And Roger Dubray, the right center fielder, will step in. Oh, excuse me, he's the extra player now. Started the game in right center field. He was replaced there by Mark Riel. Riel had actually came into the game in the extra player role. Starting in the extra player role was Waldron, Mark Waldron. Well hit. Baker drifting back to the fence, pulls it down. But that'll score a run. So through the first 6 innings, the Redford River Rats have scored in every inning thus far. It makes it 16-10, and sacrifice fly credited to Dubray. And I'll bring up Buddha, Jim Garrett. Pitch from Larry Dragoon. Swung on. Base hit. Baker takes it on a hop. And the first baseman, Robin Bouye, will step in. Mark Tatro drifting under, he pulls it down. So the Rats pick up a run, and they lead 16-10 over Ubald as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Extra player Mike Reshore. Stepping in, Ben Haley comes into the River Rats dugout. I haven't seen Ben playing for anyone yet this year. He usually plays for at least a couple of teams. Knocked down at third, throw to first. And Reshore is going to be on with an error. Error on Mike Rasco. So it's Mike Reshore on. Batter now the catcher John Trudeau. 16-10 the score. Good hits it to left field. Reshore was team trailing by 6, stays put. And the batter will be Frenchie Babby with 1 out. Strike one.
Frenchie, what do you say, Frenchie? Jizzler!
And foul territory. Bouye takes it. 2 outs. And Kelly Dragoon will step up. Strike one to Dragoon. Strike two. 2 quick strikes to the left center fielder. Deep. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chopper to short. He'll have the short throw to second. So nothing across for Ubald. That's the third time they've been shut out in this game. Third inning that they've been scoreless. On the other hand, Rats have never been scoreless. They've scored in every inning. But we're going to the seventh with the River Rats leading Ubald 16-10. Top of the seventh. Popped up. Larry Dragoon calling for it. One down. That was Mike Raskell. Let's bring up Ken Waldron, the pitcher. To Rick Garso. Takes out of the dirt. Fires to Babby. 2 down. And we have second baseman Steve Siskavich. Pitch from Dragoon. Strike one.
Budgie, get it out of here, Budgie! There we go.
Baker should have it and left. So this is the first time that the Rats have gone down 1-2-3 as we go now to the bottom of the seventh with the score 16-10, River Rats leading Ubald Sunoco. The right center fielder Mark Tatro swings at the first offering and lines a single. Ubald Sunoco needs 6 runs to tie, 7 to win this in the bottom of the seventh. They have their 2, 3, 4 hitters leading off the inning, so they've got the batters they want up here. And Kyle Castine will step in. Larry Dragoon on deck. Pitch from Waldron. Strike one. Strike two, catches the inside corner. Hit to the left. Little drift foul. Keeps the count at 0-2. Base hit to left center. So Ubald has their first 2 runners on. Nobody out, and Larry Dragoon, the batter. For the runners at first and second.
Take your time. That's it, bud.
Strike one.
Good eye, good eye.
1-1. Ball 2. 2-1. On deck, Jerry Davison. Hit to short. Castine out at second. Siskavich lost it when he was trying to make the relay. He had plenty of time for the out. Someone from Knowles to Siskavich. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Jerry Davison, the batter. And the pitch from Waldron. Strike. Gets to the outside of the mat. to Siskavich. Knowles to first.
Come on, go two, guys, come on.
Tatro scores, makes it 16-11. But the Rats pick up, make the second out here, and the Garcels has only one out remaining. And they're one out away from picking up their second loss of the season and dropping their record to 11-2. The River Rats are at 9-2. And they're looking to move to 10-2. Deep, ball one.
Brian, just take the hit, Brian. Just the hit, Brian.
Line drive, it's through at third. Through Rasco. Davidson not taking any chances with this team down by 5. Earlier in the game, he might have been trying to stretch that out to third. So runners at first and second. And Brian Dragoon, the shortstop, is the batter. Swings, hits it back to Waldron. Over to Boyer, and that's going to be the ball game. So Ubald picks up their second loss of the season. I think everyone else has at least 2 losses, so they probably continue to lead the Adirondack Slow Pitch League. Their record will fall to 11-2. The River Rats will improve to 10-2. For a final, once again, 16-11, and that's the way it was at the American Legion Field in South and West Plattsburgh on Tuesday, June 7th, 1988. Hello everyone, this is Calvin Gastine. We're at Scioto for a softball game as Ellen Murphy leads off things with a base hit, swinging at the first pitch. This is Sandy's Deli visiting Fox Hill Maple. There's action in the Littletown Women's League. Donna Dragoon pitches to Alyssa Rye, and we have strike one.
0-1.
Long on lofted to left. Sandy LaFountain under it. Pulls it down. We have one out. And batter Penny Castine, the shortstop. Defensively for Fox Hill, we have Donna Dragoon pitching. Behind the plate, Carla Dragoon. At first base, Teresa Bosley. Second base, Lisa Dragoon. Shortstop, Mary Ellen Glode. Strike.
0-1.
Third base, Lori Dominic. Left field, Sandy LaFountain. Left center field, Melissa Bosley. Off the handle, it's going to drop in. Sandy LaFountain will pick it up. In right center field, Linda Guerin. And in right field, Amy Trombley. A lot of new players, a lot of new faces here for the Sandy's Deli team. And here is one of them. This is Ann Yoakum. She's the first baseman. Strike one. Drops in over Lisa Dragoon's glove. And is going to chase home Murphy. And she's going to keep right on going and run down to the D&D and get herself a soda, I guess. A base hit for Yoakum. Puts runners at first and third. One run across, and Karen Chambers, the left fielder, steps in. Puts it on the ground. Fair ball to Dominic. The long throw to second. Goes to second with it. He throws off the mark. And we have run number 2 and Cheryl Foley stepping in for Sandy's. Strike one. One out, runners at the corners. Half of the Sandy's Deli infield is new at the positions. under Glode's glove.